Johnny, how are you?
Arlan,
How are you?
I am so good. I'm happy to be here with you.
Tell me who you are.
Oof. Who am I? I am Johnny White. Johnny de Sena White is my longer name. And I am a woman who is on a mission to help others to turn their silence into a source of power. There are too many of us that have been silenced by so much in our lives, by trauma, by societal norms, by life, all of the messaging that we receive that keeps us away from the things that we truly desire sometimes. And the individual that doesn't speak up is not the only one that pays. Their families pay, their daughters pay because they watch these women silence and shrink themselves. So my goal is to help as many women as possible to be unafraid of speaking up, of standing out, and stepping confidently into spaces of greater impact.
And when you do that, it's such a bold statement. Do you do it brave? Do you have fear anytime, or are you just everything is easy for you?
No, everything is not easy. I have to decide to do things even if I'm scared.
Yeah.
And it probably comes from the fact that I've been scared. Like life was, tough early on. It was a little scary in my household. But if I wanted to stand out, if I wanted to advocate for myself, if I wanted to protect my little sisters, I needed to say something. So I think it's okay. I'm okay with being scared.
What do you say to someone who is scared right now? Scared to do something, take the plunge, ask for something. What do you say to them?
So I usually want to begin with a conversation about what is it that they want on the other side of the plunge, and really try to think through what is it that's stopping you? What is it that you're thinking is going to go wrong? What is the worst case scenario? And let's look at what's good. What could happen if you actually did this? Like, what would be the best case? How would your life be different if you stopped being afraid of people sometimes that you don't even know? We're often afraid of people that we don't even know.
What do you mean by that?
People that really could care less about us. For example, my mother's real pressure to control everything that we said, everything that we did, how we looked. Like everybody was watching us all of the time. People were not watching us. People are often doing their own thing. People are living their own lives. And I've had, at this point, it's over 30 years, over 3 decades of teaching. I've been a professor, teaching writing, teaching literature, and public speaking. So those are spaces in humanities where these students just bare their souls. They say so much. They tell me secrets that they're not telling other people. And when you kind of dig into them, the question always is, why? Like, where did this come from? Who told you that it was wrong for you to want something? Who told you that it was wrong for you to have this desire? Who told you that it was wrong for you to even believe that it was possible for you? And oftentimes a lot of the names that we were called when we were bullied when we were younger, or at home, or even our friends. I would tell my students, like, how many of you have friends that say, "Oh girl, you're so stupid"? It's a joke, right? It's supposed to be a joke. Like, this is how we speak to each other. Oh, they don't mean anything. They're just, we're just kidding. We're just fooling around. But there is something in those words that will trigger something else, that when it's time for you to be bold, when it's time for you're sitting at the meeting and you want to share something, you remember, oof, they always used to say, "Oh girl, shut up. You're so stupid." Or mom would say, "Children to be seen, not heard." Right? Like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Oh, you're in college now. Now you think you're better than us. Like, these messages that we've received at different points, they come up all of a sudden, and then we can't move forward.
Yeah.
So we're worried, we're concerned about something that somebody told us 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago, that it's impacting how we move in our lives now.
And they're saying it usually, if you unpack it, because they have their own trauma that they're dealing with that they grew up told a certain thing, and it's a kind of a survival mechanism.
Absolutely.
In a lot of cases, and unfortunately, a lot of unmet needs when it comes to mental health care, and we kind of get the brunt of that. So definitely, and it sounds like you are you are on a campaign against imposter syndrome.
And absolutely. As you said in one of your messages, we don't have time for it. We do not have time for it. The world is set up in such a way to keep us silent, to keep us from moving towards our goals. And currently what's happening in terms of our history being erased, we need to speak up more. This is the time not just to speak up, but to write our stories, to tell about our history, because so much is going to be lost.
Yeah.
If we don't do so.
Yeah. How do you help someone when they come to you this way? Do you are you a coach? Do you consider yourself a coach, or how do you deliver on your offers?
I feel that my strongest asset is approaching people with kindness. I think kindness is the key that oftentimes we're missing, that people really want to be heard. They want you to understand what they're going through. And they don't necessarily they don't want you to tell them, girl, get out of that situation. Girl, they don't want to be bullied again when they're being vulnerable with you, right?
Ooh. Wow.
They need a gentle touch, someone that's going to take them through the process. So I really consider myself a trusted advisor, a coach, a mentor, and really a friend is really what I want to be to as many people as I can with regards to their voice, to what it is that is possible for them. And I feel very strongly that I am not the names that I was called as a child. I am not that. I am a masterpiece. I am a royal priesthood. I am a daughter of the Most High. And if God calls me a masterpiece, why would I believe the nonsense the world wants me to believe about myself? And I think that is really key, reminding people that how much they matter and how they are. Each one of us is an answered prayer for someone. Each one of us is an answered prayer, and we need to move like it. If we say, one of my favorite scriptures is, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And I feel like that scripture has just helped me so often just to know that, okay, this is crazy right now. None of this makes sense. Like, why did this horrific situation happen? Why did this person die? Like, why did these things take place? But I know there's a greater plan that I just don't see. And trusting in that really helps me. And the other scripture, which is, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, I was knit together in my mother's womb. Like, God took time with me, took energy. It would be wrong for me to assume that God made me and I'm garbage, and that I'm no good, and that I don't deserve more, that I don't deserve to pursue my dreams, that I don't deserve to go after the things that I want to go after. So,
yeah,
God is with me. So if God is for me, who can be against me? So I've shared my three top scriptures there.
Yeah.
Right. So if I keep that before me and I try to share, and not everyone wants to necessarily or is really open to hearing scriptures, but I think most personal development, psychology, most things, you can find the foundation of it in the Word. So
yeah, because even if somebody didn't learn from the Bible, they learned from someone who did.
Yes.
All the info gurus, everything. Yeah, I agree with you.
Absolutely.
I agree with you that it is found. And let's switch gears a little bit into when someone gives themselves permission to use their voice, what good things happen?
When someone gives themselves permission to use their voices, the world somehow becomes bigger. When someone gives themselves permission to use their voices, I feel so often they're no longer consumed with the, I would have said, I could have said, I should have said. I really believe speaking up is a form of self-care. That's really one of my pillars. Speaking up is a form of self-care because when you do not speak up, it can eat away at your soul. So in your relationships, are you speaking up so you can have your needs met? Are you speaking up when somebody offends you? Are you establishing the boundaries that you need to establish so that you can go through your life peacefully without having the burdens of guilt, and all of the other things that take place for us. So I think in our personal lives, it gives us more personal satisfaction because we are not consumed with all of the things that I should have done. I think in our financial lives, in our businesses, in our professions, you don't want to be the best kept secret at your job, right? If there's a meeting, if there's something going on, if there's a task that needs to be taken care of, if you know what it is that is necessary, you should be bold enough to raise your hand and say, I can help with that, or I have a solution, or I have a suggestion. We also need to be able to be bold enough that if we decide to be bold enough to raise your hand and say that you have a suggestion, as soon as the interrupter or the mansplainer jumps in, we have to also be bold enough to be able to say, I need a moment. Please let me finish my thought, and then we'll come back to you.
Reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time. Yes, I love that line, reclaiming my time. So when we do that, when we're seen at our jobs or in our professions as somebody that's offering value, which we cannot see if you are quiet, then the promotions may come. At least positioning yourself for the promotion is more possible. We leave income, we leave money on the table when people do not know what we're able to offer to the world. So personally, personal satisfaction in our relationships, definitely more income. And it really is a legacy thing. You know, Beyonce says, my grandbabies are already rich. I want to say my granddaughters are already bold because they see me being bold. So my daughter will be bold. My daughter's daughter will be bold. And anybody who sees me will get a little bit of courage as a result of it.
Yeah.
So
you recently held a session inside of your first 5K. Can you talk a little bit about being in your first 5K, being in Inner Circle, just being in the ecosystem? For someone who is not in it already, why should they join?
First, it's because I don't know of another space where there has been so much information, so much value. Firstly, Arlan, you are extraordinary.
Thank you.
All of these programs, the first 5K, the Arlan's All Access, the Masterclass, the Inner Circle, it is incredible the amount of value that you give in your mission to help underrepresented people. It's just, I have not seen that level of giving. So that's first, because if you want to learn how to do well in YouTube, how to build your business, how to do all of the things, this is the space. They first of all need to follow you. And school is the perfect container. And another piece that is so beautiful are the people that are in Arlan's group. I mean, she has people from all demographics, all age groups, and consistently you see the support and you see the love and you see the attention. People are actually involved. It is a space where people are active, people are sharing, people are commenting on each other. There are just so many benefits to the school group that you have put together, and school altogether. There's so much value in all of it.
Yeah. Johnny, what do you think your assignment in life is?
So my assignment in life is to remind that little girl who used to have her forehead pressed up against the window in Washington Heights, listening to the sound of salsa and merengue, the smell of sazon coming up, to remind her that the silence that I had to go through at home is not a silence that is forever. My mission is to remind her that that same silence created the stories and the mission and the passion to help other women who have also been silenced by life, by the world, by family, by circumstances, and that my mission is to help them, as I shared, move from silence to power, move from silence to joy, move from silence to a greater legacy, and that it's not too late, and that they're not too damaged, that they're not past hope, that there is still time, and the time is now to make a decision to get the help that you need so that you can be prepared to speak in any situation. It will change your life.